Hi, everybody. Welcome to Networking Action. My name is Roni. Today, I have the pleasure to talk with Kevin Williams. He is a chair of Vistage in Columbia, South Carolina. Hey, Kevin, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. All right, so let's jump right in. So, Kevin, tell us what is it that you do?
So Vistage Group is a CEO mastermind group. It's a peer group where business owners get together and we help them make great decisions so they can grow their businesses by getting outside perspectives from the other people in the group.
That's interesting. So, I'm going to ask this. So, is it kind of like a business coaching?
Yeah, there is a business coaching aspect as well. I meet with each member one-to-one every month, and we meet together as a group once a month. So those are the two parts of the experience. We talk, and then we also get together with the group.
All right. So, what is it specifically about your chair group that kind of separates you from other similar companies?
Yeah, so Vistage has been around for a really long time. It's a global organization. There's about 60,000 members, and
Wow.
they've really honed in on how to do this from a process standpoint really well. So they've got just a whole program, and all the different components work together. We bring in speakers. Vistage has its own network of experts. We bring in expert speakers on basically any topic that the group may need to get some help on, and they bring actionable feedback at the end of that, where it's something you can take home and use right away. And then we do something called issue processing in the group, where they'll bring whatever their top issue is or opportunity. I'm looking at an acquisition. I'm trying to figure out how to deal with a difficult employee, or I'm trying to figure out how to pick the successor for this department or this area. And they get perspectives from the rest of the group on what they should do, and ideas for how to make a great, a better decision. And that improves their decision making. And really over time, it's proven out Vistage companies are more successful than non-Vistage companies. If you look at Dun & Bradstreet, all of the things being equal, your Vistage companies grow faster than your non-Vistage companies because they get those outside perspectives.
Interesting. And you and I spoke a little bit earlier, but you were saying that the members are mainly business owners, CEOs of companies.
Yeah, these are business owners and executives. Basically, they're going to be running companies 5 million up to about 100 million is kind of the general range. And they've got significant, ownership and insight. So they're dealing with a lot of challenges. And there's also a lot of loneliness, right? It's kind of a lonely at the top type of thing. It's a hard balance, but when they're in a room with others that really get it, that are dealing with those same kind of dynamics, there's a lot of isolation relief that can come from that as well. So they also appreciate that, just being in a room of true peers.
Yeah, it's probably feeling it's a great sense of empowerment, to be with other people that have been through the same boat, and they can definitely help.
Yeah, and it's a completely confidential environment, so they can just really let their guard down, right? And they can just, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm trying to figure out, and what would you do? And that dynamic, it's just a really unique kind of opportunity for them to really be open and to receive great insights from others.
That is amazing. So how long have you been in business?
So I have been in Vistage. I was a member of Vistage for about 10 years. And then I exited the company. I was in a software company, and we grew really, really well. I was in there for about 7 years. Ended up selling it to Motorola. I exited just before that, and kind of went out on my own, and then was in a Vistage group. And the person running that group said, they're looking for anybody else that might want to build a group. And I thought, I've done this for a long time. I've seen the value. And I could run one of these. So I went out and got certified, and that process began about 18 months ago. And my group's been running almost a year now. So
nice. All right. So do you have like a favorite customer story?
I have lots of customer stories. Like I said, the group is confidential, but the kind of the things I talked about, right? People, usually there's 3 types of areas people will bring issues. They're going to be around people, around process, or around money. And that's usually the category of what they're trying to figure out. And then just everything you can imagine in those areas. And then also they'll bring personal issues. I've had people that have had, they've needed to step back from the business because I need to help my children right now. One of my children is struggling, or my wife's sick, or different things like that. How do I back away and keep it running and also deal with all that? And again, being in a room of peers who also feel the pull of business and feel the pull of the personal and have to navigate that. It's just a very helpful environment to be able to have those kind of conversations and process those kinds of issues.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's pivot a little bit, right?
Okay.
We're during challenging times. Yes, I said it.
Yeah.
I promise I will never say it, but I said it. So COVID-19, how is that affecting your business?
So it's I launched my group in February, and then COVID hit our area pretty hard around the middle of March. So we had one opportunity to meet in person, and then after that, I pulled back, and we've done everything on Zoom, and we did that until the summer. And then we started kind of doing the hybrid format, some people in the room, some people on Zoom, and that's still how we're operating, just based on comfort levels and situations for people. So it hasn't really impacted the group. I've continued to grow the group. We're up to about 12 members now, and a full group for me is 16. So I'm really pretty happy with the progress we've made.
Despite
it's, people need, there's a couple different stats that we use to just help people see that. And the average company in good times, when everybody's growing, the Vistage company will grow 2.2 times faster than the average company that doesn't have Vistage. In challenging times, if you look at the last Great Recession, the average company was shrinking about 9.2%, and the average Vistage company in that same demographic was growing by 5.8 when others were shrinking. Wow. And a lot of that is about taking advantage of opportunities. We're gonna process some issues this month with my group. I've got some members that are looking at acquisitions, and they're trying, they see opportunity in this. So it's not really the bad of COVID. It's more, I mean, there are bad things happening, but also there are opportunities to leverage, and say, okay, well, maybe I can add this to my business, or that's my business, or what my customer needs has changed. And so what I'm going to offer is going to change. So I'm going to pull in this, acquire this company. Now I can add this new service, and I can be more use for them. And so for my members, it's been more opportunity than challenge, which is great to see. I mean, it's you don't want to see the struggles. And fortunately, most of my group, some of them are having record years. Construction is just on fire. A lot of things are really haven't been impacted by COVID, which is great.
So everything sounds really, really great. What is your perfect referral, and how can they reach you?
So my perfect referral, it's really about relationships. People don't transition in and out of the group quickly. I've got, I was in Vistage for 7 years. The average tenure is about 5 to 6. And so this is a long-term relationship. And a lot of people say that, but this really is a relationship kind of thing. So really what I'm looking for in a referral is just an introduction. I would just like to create connections. And sometimes it's the right time where Vistage can really help some business owners. Other times it doesn't fit for them right now. And that's totally fine. I just want to make the connection, and when it is the right time, or if it does fit, then they know it exists and what we can do for them. And that's really what I'm looking for. So these would be business owners, $5 to $100 million in revenue. Some of them can be part of larger companies, and then their division is in that range, so like a plant manager, that sort of thing. But just that they know they don't have to go it alone, right? They don't have to try to figure it all out. And whether they're transitioning into the role, whether they're trying to make some exciting things happen in their role that maybe haven't happened before in the environment they're in, or they're trying to transition out. We kind of help owners and business leaders in all those types of situations. So that's who I'd be looking for. And it's just to make a connection and let them know what we do. It's just awareness is really where it starts.
Nice. Cool. All right. So how can they reach you?
My phone number is 803-317-9955. And my email is kevin.williams@vistagechair.com. And so either one of those works great.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Kevin. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.